solve them, cause you always in drama. It's alarming, it's alarming. Girl, I just need clarity. Can you just let me breathe? Oh, I don't wanna let you in, but it's too late now.
Hey everyone, today I got you Voruna, the wolf waifu. I did make a video back in the day, but it was, how can I say it, low quality. So I'm reworking this video and I'm taking her to level cap. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting with the passive, this warframe has a unique passive. Since she has a passive for each ability, you can activate it by holding the abilities button. For her first ability's passive, she gains parkour velocity. For her second ability's passive, she gains status CC immunity. This is with the passive, and this is without it. This is removes the need of prime sure-footed. Her third ability's passive gives you heavy attack efficiency. This stacks with your mods, reaching 90%, which is the cap. Her fourth ability's passive literally makes you cheat death. This passive has 60-second cooldown. Her first ability makes you go invisible, pretty much like Ash's smoke shadow. But there is some caveats to this invisibility. If you hit with a melee or shoot with your gun, even if it was silenced, you will break this invisibility. Also, after you leave invisibility mode, you gain 100% status chance and critical damage that scales with your ability strength to your melee. Also, your melee applies bleed damage, which is Slash's status effect, even if it has 0 slash. Also, you gain some movement speed during your invisibility. Her second ability is the best primer in the entire game, since it procs 5 random status effects at 10 stacks. When you kill the enemy that you proc status effects on him, you spread these status effects on the nearby enemies. The spread radius scales with ability range, and you can apply the status effects multiple times to gain all these juicy status effects for condition overload mod. Her third ability, helmenth. When you kill an enemy with a headshot, you drop an energy orb, and when you kill them with the body shot, they drop health orbs. This is really useful with equilibrium and the synth set on your companion to supply energy, and this removes the need of arcane energize at all. Had to mention that this is her helmenth. Her fourth ability is the least one that's worth using, but it deals some slash damage and slash status effect, so it's not bad, but not our main focus here. For the build requirements, you need 3 red Tau Force shards for ability strength. In my case, again, I only had 1 Tau Force, so I went with 2 normal and 1 Tau Force. The rest of the shards are yellow shards for casting speed to replace natural talent, so I don't have to mod for it on my build. And Magus Lockdown to lock down Demolists, and the Vazarin Focus School for protective sling. Now, my choice of helmenth abilities, I'm using Expedite Suffering. This ability takes all the status effects that are going to apply damage and makes it all apply the damage in one go. So all the bleed stacks that should have done the damage during the 6 seconds will be multiplied and apply the damage in one go. So I'm going to be applying the maximum slash stack with my heavy attacks, since I'm going to be using my Vinca Prime, modded specially for heavy attacks, Blood Rush for critical chance, Condition Overload for the stacking base damage multiplier when you proc status effect, and you are going to be proccing a lot of them. Organ Shatter for critical damage, Quickening for attack speed and combo gain, Reflex Coil for heavy attack efficiency, and Weeping Wounds for status chance. And Prime Smite Grenier to multiply my damage toward this faction. I had to mention that using Amalgam Organ Shatter is way better in this situation, since it will give you heavy attack wind-up speed. Now to the Voruna's build. I'm using Arcane Strike and Arcane Fury to buff my damage and attack speed when I crit, and I will be critting. Hey, it's Think Prime. Prime Flow for the large energy pool, since Voruna has a bad energy pool to begin with. Equilibrium to sustain my energy with my third ability and the synth set on my Panzer. Vigilante Pursuit because I'm using my second ability's passive to resist knockdowns and status effects. You can swap it with Prime Sure-Footed and use your third ability's passive, but I'm lazy to add more Forma. Humble Intensify, Transient Fortitude to add more ability strength, Ogre Message for some duration, and Gladiator Finesse to give myself some additional crit chance to my melee, and for the Wawa Chihuahua moments if I about to die or something. Rolling Guard for the 3 seconds of invulnerability and status cleanse, and the Juicy Aura Empowered Blades that gives me status 60% status chance and status damage on my heavy attack, but it needs 90 shields to begin with, so I'm gonna have to drop my Decaying Dragon Key so I can work with this aura efficiently. This build relies heavily on Vazarin's Protective Sling, and you moving a lot and killing enemies so fast. In case you need a primer for situations of energy drain conduits or something like that, this build will do. It's an epitaph modded for violent heat, and a Dexterity Arcane to prolong my combat duration. And for killing an Acolyte, I'm using a Kid Gun, which is called Boomba, with the build shown high corrosive and crits, and a Dexterity Arcane to build up my stacks with my melee, since my main damaging weapon is my melee, and to prolong the combat duration to reach out 25 seconds. And my companion, as I said, is the Panzer Popofala, and this is the build. Not the most unique one, isn't it? That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video or learned something new. Please consider subscribing, it's free, you can always change your mind. Also, dropping a like is very appreciated. See you all next time.
I can hear the sound.